Okay, we are going to be working on short exercise 14-7 here. And in this exercise, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be analyzing a couple of the accounts involved in investing and financing activities. The first one we're going to analyze is the equipment. Account. And as you can see, it says equipment net. So in this particular balance sheet, it is showing equipment net of accumulated depreciation. So instead of, we've shown our balance sheets a lot of times with accumulated depreciation being shown as a line item right underneath our plant assets. Here, and in many of your problems in this chapter, we are going to see equipment, net. So that means accumulated depreciation has already been subtracted from that number. So you can solve for these and you can analyze your account. So when you go on to the bigger problems, you're going to want to analyze a lot of your investing and financing accounts, since the difference between the two numbers on the balance sheet doesn't quite give you the whole story as to what's gone on in that account. Let me show you what we mean. So you can approach this either using a T account, that's the way I like to do it, or you can set it up just like an equation, where you start with a beginning number, your beginning balance, right? That was your beginning balance in the equipment account as of December 31st, 2011. You know you're subtracting out accumulated depreciation, and you know that you are ending up with $78,000 in equipment. Therefore, right, in order to get that equation to balance, X has to equal 16.6. Okay. I like to set it up as a T account. For me, that just works better. So here, I know that I've started with 67,000. I'm going to subtract out with a credit my depreciation, and I know that I end up with 78,000. Therefore, my acquisitions have to be 16.6. Let's move down and look at the next requirement. Again, here's the information that we have. The payment of a long-term note payable. During the year, a business issued a $5,300 note payable. We know that the difference between the beginning long-term note payable and the ending long-term note payable is $6,000. But what we don't know is how we got that $6,000. So we start by putting in the information that we have, right? Again, you can set it up like an equation, or you can set it up like a T account. Let's start with the T account first. The beginning balance was $15,000. Normal balance in long-term notes payable is a credit. We know that we issued a $5,300 note payable. That $5,300 note payable, right? The original entry is debit cash, credit note payable. So that's going to increase our long-term note payable. And we know that we end up with $9,000 in our long-term notes payable account. So 15,000 plus 5,300, right? And then we end up with 9 means that our payment had to have been 11,300. Same thing here. We started with 15. We added in 5,300, and we know we end up with 9. Therefore, the payment has to have been $11,300.